Welcome, Robin, and welcome BearCat Capital as a sponsor of the West Dallas Fort Worth Real Estate Investors Group. You've been a sponsor with us now for quite a few years. I don't even remember how long it's been, but it's been several. And as you know, it's real important to me that our sponsors are trustworthy in the group and taking good care of the membership. And I think that the longevity of a sponsor, meaning the longer that you are a sponsor, kind of tells me a little bit about whether or not you're doing just that. Tell us a little bit about how long you've been in the business and the services that you offer our members.
Well, if you go back to my original real estate days, I started out in the late 80s. And I was in the commercial end of real estate, having been an appraiser and a broker. And in 2012, I was approached by somebody. I was kind of looking for a change of pace in the real estate market, and I was approached by somebody who bought and sold real estate notes, real estate mortgages. They're secured by, the ones that I deal with are secured by residential properties. We will look at small commercial ones as well, but we primarily focus on the residential. And I was just ready for a change and just like staying in the real estate business. And so that was about the time, 2012, that everything was going to kaput, and it was a good time to buy notes. So that's how I got involved and been doing it ever since. I also do a little real estate investing for myself and my husband, and have a large Airbnb, and I have a few corporate housing units as well. So I kind of dabble in a few things.
So you've got a pretty vast background of experience and stuff then. So that's good. That's good as a sponsor, and it'll help the membership, I think. So do you have any kind of special offers or unique selling proposition for the members of the group?
Well, I don't know if I don't think I can really offer anything like a discount or anything like that. But what I will say is I urge anybody who's interested in selling a note or creating a note. They have a piece of property, they want to offer seller financing. Maybe they have to offer seller financing to get it sold. Whatever the reason may be, I would like for them to call me and ask me what are the things I need to think about when I put this note together. And obviously hopefully they're going to go through an attorney to get it drawn up properly. That's really important. But some of the terms and some of the things you need to look for that if and when you ever do have to sell, and sometimes you'd be surprised when that comes about, you'll say never, never, and then something happens and you need to sell that note. You want to make sure that you've created the best note you can. So if you come back to me or whoever you go to and say, hey, you want to buy this, then the better it is, the less the discount, the more money you're going to get for your notes. So I just offer, please call me, email me, and let's talk about it and let's see what we can do to help you out. And I don't cost anything. Your attorney's going to charge you. There's the discount. Yeah, there's and also attorneys are good at what they do. They know the law, but sometimes, there's little things within the note that they may not be familiar with or they may not think about.
Well, and your vast experience with notes too, there's a lot of experience that comes with that, a lot of knowledge there. So the attorney can handle legal questions, but you have experience, so that's a lot. That's worth a lot. So we appreciate you doing that. I've been fortunate. I told you before, and I tell everybody, I never had a Robin to go to when I created a bunch of my notes, but for any new stuff, I'll definitely be talking to you to make sure it's structured properly, because I know that's important. So a little bit off track. I did have a question for you that's I've been meaning to ask you for a long time. Is there a name or a story behind the name BearCat Capital?
Well, yeah, it's not much of a story. It's not really a good story, but so when I started my note business,
I was just curious.
yeah, I started the note business and I needed to have, we had some kind of conference coming up within, I don't know, 2 or 3 weeks. And I needed a name because I needed to have cards printed.
Yep.
And where we live, we're in the Alito School District. And their logo, my daughter at the time was still in high school, or maybe she'd graduated, I don't remember, but it was, their logo is BearCat. And I
Yep.
said, okay, BearCat Capital. I looked it up. I didn't see any DBAs or any corporations in Texas that had that name. And I said, go for it. That'll be easy. And I actually went to Fiverr to have somebody help me create the logo with the cat.
Yep.
I sent them some samples of some things I'd seen. And it's really has worked out well for me because I've had people say, oh, I recognize that logo. Somebody I've never even met before. Oh, I remember you because I recognize your logo. Well, that's what it's made. I mean, that's why you want that, right?
That's right.
So that was a fluke. I mean, but it just worked out. So that's how
Yeah.
it came about.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm just curious.
Yeah.
It makes sense now, though. When you said Alito, I
tell
said,
the
I
story.
know now. So,
Yes. Yeah.
good. So how do our members benefit from using BearCat Capital?
Well, hopefully they don't make a mistake when they're creating those notes. Or something else that I can help with that I don't probably mention enough, and I should. I have dealt with my own notes with a lot of non-paying borrowers, and I've gotten pretty good at learning how to get them reperforming again, or
Nice.
whether or not to do a modification or not. So it's more than just writing the note. If you have, I mean, especially now with COVID and a lot of people slow paying or maybe not
Right.
paying, you know, give me a ring and let me make some suggestions of how to approach them or what you might be able to do to help them.
Boy,
And
that's invaluable there.
yeah,
It's
I mean, I'm
tough.
not perfect at it, but I've learned a lot of tricks over the years. And that's one of the things I do like about this part of the business. I like dealing with the homeowners because I always tell them, I am not one of those that wants to foreclose on you. I really want you to stay in your house. You got kids in school. Maybe your mom lives with you now. I don't want to kick you out. So I try to do everything I possibly can to get them to stay. And some, of course, you can't.
Right.
But I do think that's a real important factor for people to know. I'm not the big Bank of America kind of guy. So
Right. Yeah, we've had good luck ourselves with not having to foreclose on folks, and a lot of it's communication, letting them know you care, and keeping open lines of communication and some education along the way as well.
true.
So what made you decide to become a sponsor? And this is kind of crazy, but has it been worth it? I guess, you've been a sponsor for so long, so I imagine it's been worth it, but I just want to hear it from you.
Well, I had been to several different real estate club meetings, as far over as Dallas and just wherever. And I had come to a couple of yours, and I just really liked what you had to say, Tim. I was very appreciative that there was nobody up front trying to sell me for $99 or $6.99. It wasn't that hard sale. There was really some education.
Yeah.
And I met some good people, people that I've done business with now, or we chat about things and help each other out. But I just feel like it was a very good group, ethical, helpful. And so I don't even remember if you asked me to sponsor or if I came to you, but I just knew that was, that to me, it was an easy decision to make.
Great. I appreciate that.
And I have gotten some business from it too. I have had people, that maybe only met me once that knew since I was a sponsor, and you promote the trustworthiness and all, that people have called me up and we've been able to do something.
Good. Well, I
Mhm.
would hope, I mean, that's the real goal, right? Is to
Right.
people and hopefully help your business as well. And, even though we, we don't have a lot of speakers that are selling stuff, that's one of my goals. We still have to have it occasionally on certain topics and stuff, but it's not every month like a lot of other groups. So we do really focus on education, trying to help especially the new investor be successful, give them the knowledge base, give them the resources to be able to be successful in the business, because it's not as easy as some people make it look.
True.
So, yeah. So, given the fact that you have been a sponsor for quite a while, what would you say to a potential company that's considering becoming a sponsor? Would you have a recommendation for them?
Well, I would just say that it's not that much money compared to what you get back. I think it's definitely worth it. Not only for just having the networking opportunity, but I mean, it's really, I consider to be really pretty cheap advertising if that's what you're looking for. So you're getting your name out there once a month in front of the members, and we do have a lot of new members that show up.
That's right.
So those are new faces. And we have a good selection of different types of sponsors. We don't have a lot of duplication. But since we have a lot of areas that we don't have a sponsor for, I think that somebody who is looking at it and doesn't see their particular industry or their particular, company type already on the sponsorship, they should definitely pull the trigger and do something, because I do think that they'll find it's well worth it.
Yeah, for the money, it's a very focused dollars spent. You're focusing it in on other like-minded people that have a need or may not have a need for their type of service. It's not like shotgun marketing where you're mailing out the whole zip code, spending the money to mail to a whole zip code where you don't have a clue if those are potential customers or not. By becoming a sponsor, they get to focus and get their message in front of, real likely customers. So that, I think that's really important. It's dollars well spent for that reason. So,
Well, I was going to say, I think also, Tim, if you look at it, just about any kind of business that you're in, you can make the cost of the sponsorship back in one or two transactions, depending on what you do, and that's the way you have to look at it for any kind of advertising. But your advertising, what we do with the membership here is you get more face to face.
right.
Whereas if you just mail out postcards or letters or put signs out, bandit type signs, you're not getting that face to face. And people like to see your face. They like to know you're real.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And that's another reason why I'm going to these videos, is to try and help people feel more comfortable with who each of the sponsors are. And, but it is another one of those things where they do have to take action.
Right.
They do have to come to the meetings. They do have to talk to people. Yes, the video helps. Yes, you can attend all the training webinars that we do now on Zoom in place of the physical meetings. Hopefully one of these days we're going to get back to physical meetings.
Really.
But in the meantime, Zoom is doing good for us, and
yeah.
And actually for the sponsors, you get more for your money now because you can attend all the Zoom meetings that we do and introduce yourself and network there. So we want you to come to the meetings and network and share your contact information and share what you do with people. So we encourage you to do that. So, okay. Well, unless there's anything else, Robin, I think this is a wrap. Michelle and I really appreciate you being a valued sponsor of the West DFW REI Group family. And we appreciate your support of all the members and taking good care of them. And thank you for your time and support today.
Well, thank you, Tim. I appreciate all the time and effort you put into this because I know it's a lot of work and I really do appreciate it.
Hopefully it's well worth it for you. We're trying to help your business as well as help the members of the group. So thanks
All right.
again. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Bye-bye.